What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Real Word Podcast, a place where real thoughts, real ideas, and real words come to life. I'm your host, Drew, coming from San Diego, California. Thank you for stopping by, tuning in, checking out the channel. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit up all those links down below. And now we can get into the episode. It is October 5th, 2020. It is around 6:20 in the morning. Welcome in, everybody. Hope everybody had a good weekend. My weekend was okay. Some things happened, some things I'm not gonna talk about, some things I will talk about, but first let's light up this incense. Since I'm not smoking, might as well have something smoke. And then just set the vibe right, get the mind right, get everything smelling good in here. It does smell good. I saged it like probably about a week ago or so, and then I got the Palo Santo burning and then some incense. So smelling pretty good in here right now. So that is what's going on here. 5 days in. This is the 5th day into sober October. As far as the not smoking part, that's fine. That's no big deal. The appetite this time around is not too much affected. Maybe a little bit throughout the day. It'll be a little bit affected, but for the most part, I'm still eating good, and sleep is still somewhat of a struggle, but I feel like it's getting a little bit better. I just had been having a lot on my mind lately, so I don't know if it's the damn. Oh, I should have wiped my face before I got out here. I don't know if it's just what's going on in my personal life, or if it's the lack of smoking that's causing me to struggle with sleep. Because this time around, like I said, the appetite thing is not that big of a deal. It's not too much of a factor or anything like that. So I don't know, but I'm sticking with it. It's pretty crazy. First day I ran the 4 miles, no problem. That was fine. The next day I did my whole like 80 crunches or 80 reps of an ab workout, 60 squats and 40 push-ups. And then the next day I didn't realize, man, my push-ups, man, I've always not liked them. And this is the reason why I am just completely wrecked. My arms and shoulders and chest are just a mess, man. It is just crazy. And that was only one day. So then the following day I had to, force myself to run. I think that was on Saturday. I got 2 miles in really quick, and then I decided, you know what? I'm a little sore. Let's hold off on the full 4 miles at once. So then I did another 2 miles kind of in the evening time in hopes to kind of exert some energy to help me kind of sleep. And yeah, I don't know if it was really a help or not, but that was the goal, that was the plan, and that's what I did. And then yesterday it was back to the crunches or ab workout, squats and push-ups, and I was struggling. I had to do the push-ups in like 4 or 5 different increments because I am just not used to it. I have to. This month should be interesting because I have to stay disciplined with this workout routine just for myself. Nobody's holding me to it or anything, but I would feel guilty. I would, feel really disappointed if I didn't hold myself accountable. So it's like I really have to do this unless I get sick, unless I get injured or something like that. I have to do it. Yeah, last night it was like right before bed. I was like, fuck, I still gotta do 10 more. So I pumped out 10 more push-ups and then just got into bed. So that's what I'm dealing with right now. Is like, damn, dude, I didn't know how sore just my like chest and shoulders would be just from like 2 days, man. 2 days of that type of workout, and it's been kind of killer, man. It's been a killer one, but it's good, and it's pretty funny because wasn't sure, didn't hear anything about Joe Rogan or that crew doing Sober October this year, so I was a little bummed, man. I was like, damn, man, I'm not gonna have anybody to kind of watch with, and kind of be in it together or whatever. Not like I know them or anything, but just following them through social media, Joe, Tom Segura, Burt Kreischer, and then they had Ari Shaffir in it last year as well. That was fun, like having those guys to do like alongside with, even if we're not like involved with them, it's just having them do it, and it was just inspirational, man. It was the reason why I did it last year, because they had done it for a couple years in a row, and it really inspired me, and I really wanted to see if I could do it last year. And then I was like, you know what, this was a relatively easy thing to do, so it's like, might as well do it every year. Like one month out of the year is like, why not, So I was a little bummed I didn't hear anything from them, and then I think it was like on Friday or something where Joe let out this text message to Tom and Bert saying, "Oh, are we going sober this month or what?" And Bert was like, or Tom was like, "Hell nah." And then Bert was like, "I'm drinking right now already." And so it's like, damn, are they really not gonna do it? And then yeah, Tom and Bert aren't. But then the following day, Joe got on Instagram and had this message. He was like, I hear you guys. I heard a lot of you guys were upset that we're not doing Sober October this year, but he's in. He's in. And then he's like, yeah, I sent out this text message to Tom and Bert, and they were like, no, oh my gosh, this year's too crazy. It was just a funny video. Go check it out on Instagram. He's like, Ari didn't even text me back. He's probably on drugs. He's probably doing acid watching this video right now laughing. And it was funny, man. It was good. And so it kind of, not that I wasn't going to give up on it or whatever, but it just kind of gave me that extra like motivation, that extra like, all right, let's do this. Like, hell yeah, let's go. Let's do this. Like, it was cool. So shout out to Joe Rogan for kind of sticking with it. And yeah, I think it brought a whole new energy towards the month for a lot of people, because I do think a lot of people kind of look up to him and that whole crew and everything for inspiration, motivation, guidance, and all that. And it's like, dude, for the last 3-something years or so, you guys have been doing this. And to now just kind of completely abandon it, it's like, oh man, that's we not that we need you, but I think a lot of people feel that way. Like, we need you here, like we need that support and someone to kind of follow along with. And it's like I said, I was gonna do it on my own. I knew I hadn't heard from those guys if they were gonna do it or not, so I was like, well, I'm gonna just do it on my own, I guess. And then like I said, Joe kind of put out that video on Saturday, and kind of just gave me a whole new energy about it. I was like, all right, let's go, let's do this. He's gonna be working out every day. That's what I'm gonna be doing, and yeah, it's gonna be in full force. So here we go with it. Just gonna light a little bit of this last little bit of this Palo Santo that I have here. The incense is still burning. And then, yeah, man, we'll talk a little bit about the Padres. I got my Padres shirt on. They start the series tomorrow in Texas against the Dodgers. Oh my God, the Padres. So yeah, man, we'll talk about the game that happened on Friday. I believe it was Friday. Um, yeah, it was Friday because then Ben and Woods came on Saturday for a couple of hours. So, let's get into all of that. Just got all the smells going. It's nice. I love it. It's good stuff. So, before we get into Padres stuff, well, it kind of coincides, but damn, dude, a couple days ago now, the Chargers posted on like Instagram and Twitter saying for the Dodgers to bring it home. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Chargers? You just completely abandoned the city of San Diego? Just like that? It's crazy, but then, I thought about it. I personally haven't watched a game this whole season. I probably watched maybe a few minutes of a game, if that. And now I have no purpose, no reason to ever go back and watch a Chargers game ever again. They ended up losing yesterday, so haha. And Colts ended up winning, so let's go. Shout out to Phillip Rivers. But yeah, I'm still not watching like any football. I just saw the scores. I was like, man, they have to lose. And then I went and saw the Colts and they won. So I was like, cool, that's what's up. But yeah, man, they were founded in LA. They came here to San Diego. We completely embraced them and took them in since after year one of them. Like, I think they were founded in LA for one season, and then they came to San Diego since. And then, just a few seasons back now, they went back up to LA area or whatever. So they could keep them, man. I am completely done with the Chargers and basically the NFL, man. Like, I can't really watch any of it. It's I think all sports. I don't know about baseball because it doesn't seem like it's that political. Baseball doesn't seem like it's been too political. I know some of the players, like during batting practice and all that, wear like Black Lives Matter stuff. I know they were doing like the BLM instead of MLB. So it's like, there was certain things creeping into it, but it wasn't as blatant as like NBA or something. And I just feel like there's been so much drama with the NFL and politics that it just kind of turned me completely off from it. I don't even know if it is super political right now, but just over the last couple of years, it got that way, So, I don't know. But the Padres ended up winning so let's get to this. Is from abcnews.com. San Diego Padres win first postseason series in 22 years to reach the National League Division Series. All right, let's get into this. San Diego, from 21-year-old budding superstar Fernando Tatis Jr. to 36-year-old reliever Craig Stammen, the San Diego Padres toss aside more than 2 decades of futility and brought joy to a city that has its sports psyche beaten down for far too long. Stammen and 8 fellow relievers combined on a 4-hitter in a brilliant record-setting effort that sent the Padres over the St. Louis Cardinals 4-0 Friday night in the deciding Game 3 of their National League Wild Card Series. Let's go, Padres. Got it done. How crazy was that, man? If you watch the game, Craig Stammen, who hasn't started a game as a pitcher in 10 years. Just crazy. And then he went like two innings or something like that, and then they just They used 9 pitchers, which was a record. So it's crazy, man. It was just so awesome to see. It's so cool to see the Padres finally being on the good side of history, like from the from the grand slams and from Myers and Tatis hitting 2 homers in the playoff game, and that hadn't been done since Lou Gehrig and Babe Ruth. Um, yeah, it just seems like they've made a lot of history this season. Jace Tingler, the most winning percentage in Padres history as a manager. Yeah, so it's just really cool to see them finally get on the good side of this history, man. It's been far too long when they just always get beat up, like it was saying, and especially the Cardinals. So it's cool to see them finally best the Cardinals, because in what was it, 2006, I think, whatever, 14 years, the Cardinals took them out. And like it said, it had been 22 years, 98, since they had won a playoff series, man. Just crazy stuff. Just really fun time to be a Padre fan. And I've been a Padre fan for my entire life, man. I went to Qualcomm Stadium and saw a couple games there, and then probably was at Petco Park the first season it opened, at least the first 2 seasons it opened, and I don't go all the time because it's all the way kind of downtown area, and I live all the way in North County, and I just don't have that kind of money and all of that. But every time I go, it's so exciting, and I love the park. It's a beautiful park, and it's just it's been a mainstay, throughout my kind of childhood and teenage years growing up and stuff. Like, I go quite a bit, but I'm no season ticket holder, or I don't go 10 times a year or anything like that. Maybe once a year, a couple times a year, if that. But I'm always watching the games, though. I've always been watching the games. The last couple of seasons excuse me, were a little bit more difficult to watch because I was working a super early morning shift. Like, I'd have to be up at like 3:30 in the morning or something like that, so I would not be able to watch a lot of the games. But I would always be listening to sports radio and keeping up to date on everything, like the Padres have always been my go-to team, them and the Chargers. But now it's like I am completely done with the Chargers, man. It's sad, but they're gonna completely abandon us and root for the Dodgers after all this time. And now the Padres are in the playoffs, and they're gonna just straight up, it just drives me crazy. I mean, I understand, like, they're in LA, so why would they root for the Padres? But it's like, man, remember where you came from for all these years, man. Who embraced you for all these years? And for them to just kind of turn their back on the city of San Diego is just something else, in my opinion. But all right, the Padres won a postseason series for the first time in 22 years and advanced to face the National League West rival Los Angeles Dodgers in the division series at Arlington, Texas, starting Tuesday. And man, the last time the Padres were in Arlington, Texas, I think that's when the whole Grand Slam stuff started. So hopefully that brings some good energy for the Padres, because, man, it would be so exciting for them to beat the Dodgers. And it's really interesting because Petco Park is being used to hold the American League games, and so we have the Yankees players and Tampa Bay Rays players here in San Diego right now, and I'm assuming there's a ton of like media attention and like national media here and stuff, so it's interesting. It makes sense that they're using San Diego. It's one of the best places in the world. And it's a beautiful park. It's an amazing park. And yeah, should be very, very interesting. Should be an interesting time. Stammen making his first start in 10 years said the Padres weren't wrapped up in past postseason failures, including being eliminated from the playoffs by the Cardinals 3 times since 1996. Quote, "We're trying to write our own piece of history right now," said Stammen, who mentioned the Padres' return to brown and gold color scheme. "It's icing on the cake to maybe turn the page on some of the San Diego struggles in the playoffs against the Cardinals. Turn the page on maybe some struggles within the organization, the Blue Padres, and now we're the Brown Padres. Excited to build some memories with the new colors." That's so awesome, man. That's so awesome. That is true. It's like just how the perfect timing of this. I know like a good chunk of the guys were on the season, were on the team last season, but there's definitely a bunch of new faces as well, and it just seems like this season is like a turning the page to the next chapter, to a new chapter, getting a new book almost, you know? It's like we're starting fresh, starting new. And yeah, it's fun to watch. This season has been really fun to watch, and it's really cool and really excited about it. So that's what's going on. Yeah. San Diego is the first team in Major League history, regular seasons or playoffs, to complete a 9-inning shutout by using at least 9 pitchers, according to ESPN Stats and Information Research. With starters Mike Clevenger and Dinelson Lamet unavailable due to injuries suffered in their final regular season starts, rookie manager Jace Tingler was forced to tap the Padres' already stressed bullpen, and it came through magnificently. San Diego became the first team in baseball history to use 8 or more pitchers in 3 consecutive postseason games. Quote, "What those guys did this series and tonight, wow," Tingler said. "They've been overworked. They've been overtaxed. Man to man, everybody came up and said, 'I'm good, give me the ball. I'm good, give me the ball tonight.' Tonight for me was as team oriented as so many guys contributed. Again, that's who we are. That's why we're going to continue to keep playing." San Diego's Trevor Rosenthal, who started his career with the Cardinals, struck out the side in the 9th, and the team began celebrating in empty Petco Park. Players gestured towards fans who watched from balconies overlooking the ballpark. Fans crowded downtown and honked car horns and chanted. I will say this before I continue reading. I wasn't, downtown or anything, but just watching all the buzz and watching all of the videos come in through social media, it was so awesome, man. The Padres got treated like rock stars, they got that rock star treatment. Just everybody surrounding the bus, chanting and cheering on the team, starting the Beat LA chants, and it was really cool to see. It was so fun, and dude, this is what just kind of tripped me out, because it's like, Jace Tingler, he does seem super humble, down to earth, and all of that, so it's pretty cool. But he was leaving the stadium, and he wasn't in no fancy car. He wasn't getting in an Uber. He wasn't, he got on one of those like WerD type scooters, man, and left the stadium that way. So that says it right there, man. Like, how cool is that? Just super down to earth, just after a good big win. Oh yeah, let me just go on my WerD and get on out of here or whatever. It's pretty cool. And I've seen pictures over the last, week or so of him kind of going on that scooter, kind of cruising around the area and talking with homeless people, giving them stuff, supplies, food, stuff like that. So, man, it's so cool to see someone kind of embrace the city and kind of be involved with it like that. It really is cool. It seems like a lot of the players kind of have really embraced San Diego, and we as San Diegans are embracing them as well. So it's really fun to see. It's really cool to see just everybody come together, man. And Yeah, I'm just saying, it's really fun. It's cool to see. This was the first postseason series victory for the Padres since the 1998 National League Championship Series. All 4 division series now feature matchups between division rivals. All 7 Central teams lost in the first round, with the Cardinals joining the Cincinnati Reds, Chicago Cubs, Milwaukee Brewers, Cleveland Indians, Chicago White Sox, and Minnesota Twins. Tatis, who homered twice and drove in 5 runs in Thursday night wild 11-9 victory, doubled into the left field corner off Game 3 losing pitcher Jack Flaherty with 1 out in the 5th and scored on Eric Hosmer's 2-out double to right center. Padres added on against reliever Alex Reyes in 7th on a bases-loaded walk to Hosmer. Manny Machado's fielder's choice and an error on third baseman Tommy Edman. So then Jake Cronenworth went deep in the 8th, becoming the first rookie in Padres history to homer in a playoff game, according to ESPN stats and info data. Wow, I didn't even know that. Shout out to Jake Cronenworth, man. If he's not the rookie of the year, there has to be some sort of bias against the Padres because dude has been killing it all season. He's stepped up. He's been kind of plug and play in different positions, and he still has a pitcher's glove too. So that would be interesting if he got some pitching in one of these games. I doubt that they would do that, but I was watching an interview with them, and he was pitching as recent as last season, as last year. So that would be something. And I think his last time out, he didn't give up any runs or something like that. So it's really interesting, man. He is definitely on fire this season, and it's really cool to see for sure. But yeah, the first rookie in Padres history to homer in the playoffs. That's pretty awesome. The Padres rewarded their long-suffering fans by winning one of the most meaningful games of any kind in San Diego in a long time. The city's only major professional championship remains the San Diego Chargers' 1963 AFL title. Chargers headed to Los Angeles after the 2016 season, leaving the Padres as the only pro team in San Diego, which lost NBA franchise to Houston and Los Angeles. The Padres lost 4-1 to the Detroit Tigers in the 1984 World Series and were swept by New York Yankees in the 1998 Fall Classic. Stammen, who hadn't started since 2010 with the Washington Nationals, pitched a perfect first inning and made way for Tim Hill with 1 on and 2 out in the second. So he went 1 2/3. Hill retired Matt Carpenter, got the first 2 outs of the third, and then handed off to Pierce Johnson. Johnson loaded the bases on a single and a walk, but struck out rookie cleanup hitter Dylan Carlson. Padres rookie Adrian Morejon tossed a perfect 4th and struck out 2 to open the 5th before Colton Wong singled and San Diegan Edman reached on Tatis' throwing error from shortstop. Austin Adams came on and struck out Paul Goldschmidt, who hit a 3-run homer in St. Louis' 7-4 win in game number 1. Adams wound up with the win. St. Louis had another scoring chance in the 6th when Yadier Molina hit a 1-out double off rookie Luis Patino and took third on Paul de Jong's grounder. Patino got Dexter Fowler to fly out to the warning track and right center to end the inning. San Diego's Emilio Pagan threw a perfect 7th, and Drew Pomeranz walked 1 in the 8th. The bullpen had been one of the Padres' strengths coming into the season, but it lost several members to injury, including closer Kirby Yates, who led the majors with 41 saves last year. General manager AJ Preller replenished the pen just before the trade deadline. Stammen had a seesaw regular season, going 4-2 with a 5.63 ERA in 24 appearances. Flaherty was brilliant as well, allowing only 1 run and 6 hits in 6 innings while striking out 8 and walking 2. But it wasn't enough. So yeah, man, that was the playoff, or the win that gave the Padres the advancement to go on to the National League Division Series. And going against the Dodgers starting Tuesday, I think it's like around 6:40, 6:38, something like that. So tomorrow should be the start of it all, man. It's going to be interesting. It really is. Gonna be interesting stuff. So a little bit more with the Padres here. This is from Bleacher Report. Padres' Mike Clevinger could return from arm injury for National League Division Series versus the Dodgers. Mike Clevinger has been out since September 23rd with an arm injury, but he could return to help the San Diego Padres in the National League Division Series matchup against the Los Angeles Dodgers. The National League West rivals are set to begin their 5-game series on Tuesday at Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas. Clevinger missed the wildcard series against the Atlanta Braves after an elbow posterior impingement caused him to leave his final start of the season after just 1 inning. He was scratched from his previous start due to arm injury as well. He took part in the bullpen session Wednesday, but there were still significant concerns that could keep him out of the entire postseason. It seems he's now trending in the right direction, although it remains to be seen if he can work his way back to the mound. The 29-year-old will make a significant impact if he can play after producing a 3.02 ERA and 8 starts between the Padres and Cleveland Indians. He made only 4 starts for the San Diego Padres after a midseason trade, but pitched well with a 2.84 ERA, including 7 shutout innings against the San Francisco Giants in his final full game. Padres came from behind to beat the St. Louis Cardinals in the first round, but they need help, and they need all the help they can to beat the Dodgers, which had the best record in baseball this season, 43-17, and led the majors in runs scored. Damn. Considering none of their starters made it through 3 innings last round, adding another reliable starter could go a long way. Yeah, so this should be a real interesting series, man. It should be a real interesting series. It really should. But it starts tomorrow. It all starts tomorrow. So let's switch gears just a little bit. Let me just have another sip of this Black Rifle coffee, this Fit Fuel. So, shout out to Machine Gun Kelly, MGK. After switching from hip hop to pop punk, Machine Gun Kelly lands his first #1 album. Shout out to MGK, man. Shout out to him. I actually did buy the album, so I was a part of that as well. Yeah, it's time for me to actually start buying music again, man. I miss buying music, so that's what I'm gonna be doing. Like, you know, I don't like Spotify. Like, I just don't like that stuff. So it's like, I want to support these artists and, you know, actually buy music if I like it. So, you know, I listened to it first on YouTube and stuff, and then I ended up buying it. And yeah, so here's the thing. It's like, I didn't grow up listening to that like pop punk, emo punk type music. Like, that's just not what I was into growing up. I was so narrow-minded when I was like growing up. Like, it was just Eminem. And then it was like, you know, then I kind of shifted into other hip hop. Like, it started branching off to like Dr. Dre, and then which led to NWA, which led to Ice Cube, which led to Snoop, which led to Tupac, which led to Biggie, which led, you know, so it just it all was just hip hop for me, you know. That's what I was inundated with. So I wasn't familiar with a lot of these influences that MGK kind of had on his album. Like, I'm sure a lot of people were like, I'm sure there's a lot of references kind of in there to stuff that he kind of grew up with, you know, and listened to, but I just took it for the album as what it was. And it's like, yeah, it's not completely my type of music, I'm definitely more open-minded now. Like, I'm not just straight, oh, I need just hip hop, hip hop, hip hop. It's like, nah, I'm not like that at all anymore. So it's like, I'm cool with, like, opening my mind and listening to it. And I thought it was a pretty solid album. Again, not necessarily my all-time favorite or anything like that, just because it's not necessarily the music that I go to and listen to all the time, but it was a pretty solid album, really well put together, and it really captured a vibe and a feel for sure. And yeah, it's a good album. It really is. And it's awesome for MGK to kind of finally get the recognition, notoriety from the charts, I guess, just finally being able to be like, yeah, number one album. It's cool, man. It's cool. I've been a fan of his for quite a while, man, and I've seen him a few times, and I've actually smoked with him twice. So that's pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. If you go back and listen to like my 420 episode, I think I go over that a little bit. My smoking stories with him. Damn. Damn skin on the nails. I pulled it and it started bleeding. Not what I wanted to happen, but it was bugging me so much. Damn it. That's not what I want. I don't want to be bleeding. Fuck. Oh well, let's just kind of see if I can just stop it for a second. All right, let's read this a little bit though. So Machine Gun Kelly started his career as a hip-hop musician, still is, but for the past year or two, his tastes have shifted. Not really. He's always been influenced by this stuff. Just look at him, you can tell. His latest album, Tickets to My Downfall, is decided pop punk in sound and subject matter, and it appears that fans really love that change up. Tickets to My Downfall debuts at number 1 on this week's Billboard 200, giving the rocker and rapper his first chart topper. The set kicks off on the throne thanks to 126,000 equivalent units, a number which was made up of 63,000 pure sales and 60,000 streaming equivalent units, composed of just over 81 million plays. Damn. With a much smaller sum comprised of track equivalent units, fans buying just one or a few tunes at a time combined into one album. In addition to being Machine Gun Kelly's first leader on the Billboard 200s, Tickets to My Downfall marks his 5th top 10 on the tally. It's pretty cool. He's always been consistent with it, so he always puts out good quality music. It just seems like he never got that notoriety. But he was always kind of on the charts, but he never was able to top it. So this is really cool. So far, Tickets to My Downfall has only produced a single song that's reached the Hot 100, but it seems likely that at least one or two more will find their way to the list when Billboard refreshes it in short order. Recent release, My Ex's Best Friend, which features Black Bear, has thus far lifted as high as number 58. While they haven't all placed on the Hot 100, 4 tunes from Ticket to My Downfall have charted on the Hot Rock and Alternative ranking, with Bloody Valentine reaching as high as number 3, tying as his highest placement on the roster. My Ex's Best Friend peaked at number 6, while Concert for Aliens and Misery Business, a cover of Paramore's Massive Smash, which features Travis Barker, settled at number 29 and 33, respectively. 33, huh? We'll get into another 33 in just a moment. Those titles have also reached various other rock-leaning Billboard lists, and Machine Gun Kelly is sure to enjoy a massive showing this coming week when the numbers are announced. So, again, it's just really cool for Machine Gun Kelly, and I just kind of want to talk about it because I'm a big fan, and, yeah, I'm just a big fan, and I've been kind of rocking with him for quite a while now. Not a day one, not the biggest fan, nothing like that, but I've been paying attention for a while now, for sure, and seen him a few times, and it's cool, man. It's cool. It's good stuff. It is good stuff. What? So I was gonna actually get into this. This is why I had my text message pulled up. So you know, we had President Trump get COVID, and there is a ton of stuff with this, man. Like, it's so strange. It's like he's let out a few of these videos from the hospital, and it does not seem right, man. There's clearly like green screen. It seems like things just aren't right. Like, it doesn't seem right. It just doesn't. Nothing about it seems like legit. Yeah, like I said, there's like green screen, and it does seem like maybe some videos edited, and I don't know. I really don't know what's going on with this whole thing. It's a strange one. It does feel like it's completely bullshit, though, in my opinion. Like, I think it's fake. Just to get Trump to look strong and maybe get attention off of other stuff and have the attention and focus just on him instead of Biden. I don't really know exactly what's going on, but it's crazy. But my buddy Zach reached out and sent me this, something he saw. And, if you're a conspiracy theorist, or if you're a truther, or you're into the numerology or anything like that, you'll know something's up with this, because there's no doubt that this is just a coincidence. So he sent me this picture, and it just kind of has this. It says 3 years and 330 days after he was elected, and 33 days before the election, Donald Trump comes down with COVID-19. Are you kidding me? So that 33 is there, and then there's a 3 years plus the 330. So it's 33333. So what the fuck is going on? Like that right there. And then Zach also said he checked the 33 days before the election part, and it is correct. So I have no doubt that, the 3 years, 330 days is all legit as well, if the 33 days before the election is true. So, man, interesting stuff. That is for sure. Just definitely makes you feel like it's a game. Like, they're in on it, or yeah, who knows exactly what's going on with it, but it's really, really interesting, especially when you see those numbers. It's like, okay, this is obviously something going on here. Something is being controlled, and we don't know what it is yet. But it's really interesting. So that is that. Saturday there was some UFC fights on. I was watching a little bit of it. Well, I was watching it, but I wasn't like fully immersed in it this time. But Holly Holm won. She kind of just dominated. Carlos Feliz or something like that. Sorry if I got the name wrong. He won. Jermaine Duranamine won. Man, and speaking of that one, I was going on mybookie.com, and I was just going through some of the prop odds for the Jermaine Duranamine fight, and she was like a plus 1,400 for a submission. And I was like, damn, so she's probably never had a submission before. I was like, it's probably not smart to just put some money on that. But, dude, then she got the guillotine. Are you kidding me? I should have put like $10 on that and would have won a decent amount, man. And it's like, damn it. Why do you second guess yourself? I swear, every time I'm like, I don't know. It happens. It happens almost every time when I don't have money on it. It's crazy. But then I'm like, oh yeah, I feel confident about this. Let me put like a little bit of money on this. It loses in the first fight, like when I try and do a parlay. It's like, oh my God, it's crazy. But it was just funny. I was like, oh, of course, man. I almost put money on it too. But it was cool. It was a tight guillotine. It was a good one. Put her out. Just put her out. But Holly Holm looked good in her fight. Really did. She just completely dominated, just kept moving, circling, and yeah, it was a good one. Just completely like outclassed, I would say, just the other fighter. I'm forgetting the name right now, but yeah. That was Saturday night. Yesterday I went on a little walk with my mom. Just around the area here. It was hot though. It was hot. But after that, came back and was watching some Tinfoil Hat. I saw this one from a few days ago. Wasn't necessarily in the right mind frame to watch it yet because it was dealing with this like animal communications, these like animal psychics or whatever, people who can talk to animals. And I have had a reading done, I think 2 readings done, with my old dog. And it was heavy. It was just really, really heavy. Whether you believe it, not, dude, I believe it. I do. So it took me a few days, but I was like, okay, let's watch this one. And it was cool, you know. It was interesting hearing the lady's story of how it happened, how she kind of figured out this ability that she had and all of that. And then once it got to her reading Sam and Sam's dog and all of that, I just started bawling my eyes out, man. I could not just stop thinking about my dog, and I miss him so much. And man, he was my best friend, and he still is. Like, I still feel him all the time. You know. And I knew it was gonna be tough listening to that episode, just because of the memories I have with my dog, and you know, his ashes are just right there in the living room with us, and our conversation, the communication that we had is laminated in this thing. And so I haven't read it in a while, but every time I do, I just break down and start crying. And it's like, I'm about to start crying right now. Like, just thinking about him. He was, like I said, he was seriously my best friend. And I just wish he could be here with me now. And I wish, I just do, man. I wish he could see the growth I've made. I wish you could see me like this, man. Damn. Ugh. I miss him. I love my girl, and I love our other dog that we have here too. Curtis and Amelia. But my shady boy, man. He was the best. He really was. And just kills me. I really just miss him so much. He's like in the background for my phone still, and think about him every day. Every day. He was my best friend for sure. He knew exactly what to do to change, like, to help the situation. He was just always just talk about unconditional love, man. Jeez. Animals, love it. Oh, man. Super emotional. I knew that's why, like, I knew it was going to be tough watching that episode and then talking about this. I knew this was going to happen. I'm a very sensitive person. Feel way too much. But, it was cool. It was a cool episode. So shout out Tinfoil Hat. I would definitely recommend going and checking out that episode. It's interesting. It is interesting. And it was cool for me to have prior knowledge about this going into this episode, because if I would have just kind of seen the episode without having experienced myself, I probably would have been like, I don't know if I believe this or not. But this lady was doing kind of everything that, when I had the reading done, the lady that was doing the reading for me they were doing like very similar stuff. So I was like, okay, man, I believe it. I do. But that's just me. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. But when things are said that like nobody else really knows about, it's like it has to be true, right? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, man. Yesterday was just a heavy day because that happened with the tinfoil hat, and then all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, but I wanted to watch Honey Boy. I wanted to watch that for a long time now. Since it came out, I'm like, I need to see that movie. And it was on Amazon Prime, and my mom has Amazon Prime, so I got her information and logged into that. And threw that on yesterday, and oh my god, talk about a heavy movie, man. Jeez. Just it's, kind of about Shia LaBeouf's kind of childhood growing up and his relationship with his father and stuff. And heavy movie, man. It was a heavy movie. I definitely started crying a little bit during that one too, man. I don't know if it was just all the emotions from yesterday pouring out or whatever, but it was a heavy day yesterday. It was a heavy day yesterday for me. But it was a great movie. It was so good. So good. I definitely recommend watching it. And now I want to go watch Peanut Butter Falcon as well, which is on Amazon Prime as well. So maybe I'll go watch that today, or I don't know. I know I have to do some research for our No World Order podcast tomorrow. We should be coming back. I believe we should be coming back. We have some topics lined out. I did a little bit of some homework Friday, I think. Friday, maybe Saturday. I don't exactly remember when it was. But I watched a movie that Zach kind of recommended to kind of get us in the mind frame of what we're going to be talking about on Tuesday. So I know I got to do some research, take some notes, and that kind of stuff. Got to do my workout. Got to go do my run. I definitely got to do that today. But other than that, not much else is going on. Yeah, I think that is kind of it. That was all I really had to talk about today. Yeah. I don't know. I just yeah, so okay. Go check out at the _ No World Order podcast, because we should be going live tomorrow. If not going live, we will have an episode up. I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know what exactly is gonna happen, but we should be coming back tomorrow, whether it's live or we record an episode, or I don't exactly know what the plan is, but I do know the plan is we're supposed to be doing something tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that, and you can go to at the _ No World Order podcast on Instagram. Give that a follow. Zach is usually the one involved with all of that. But yeah, that's kind of it. That is all I got for today. Yeah, there's nothing else I can really think of right now. I kept thinking like there was something else I'm missing, not quite getting to, but I can't think of anything. So I think that is going to be it. I appreciate everybody. If you're still listening, still watching, again, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. I don't know what I'm going to do about tomorrow. I know I normally do an episode, but maybe I'll just do some game streaming or something. I don't know. Got to figure it out. Got to do something. But that's it. Till next time, everybody. Peace.